Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, we're going to take a minute or two just to let all the attendees in from the waiting room. While you are getting logged on, when you have a moment, if you could please type your name and region into the chat, that would be hugely helpful for us. All right, and we will get started in just a minute. Thank you so much for attending this morning. And we've got a question from Mindy Finelli. If you could put your oh, Mindy, you are supposed to be a panelist. Okay. Mindy, were you not able to get in through your panelist login?
I probably just used the wrong one because I got all kinds of notices on all different emails.
Yeah.
Do you want me to sign out and go back on?
If you could try, if you're not able to, we can do it this way. But it would be helpful if you could. And that way I will have you in my, you know what? It's actually yeah, if you could, that would be helpful. But if not, raise your hand again. Yeah.
What I was going to say is that according to this, the chat is disabled.
Oh, okay.
So people can't chat. So I'm going to sign out and try and sign back in.
Got it. Oh, you know what? I should probably put it in the Q&A. Yes. So we're going to actually put everybody's names and regions into the Q&A as opposed to the chat. It ends up being too much to keep track of both the Q&A and the chat during these webinars, so we will keep the chat disabled. So my apologies for calling it the wrong thing. So if you're just joining us, if you could please put your name and region in the Q&A, and that way we have a proper roll call of all the attendees. All right. Well, I think we will go ahead and get started. We have a lot to get through, so I want to welcome everybody to our third annual USA members meeting. So I think it's pretty extraordinary. We're 3 years in to this association, and the amount of things that this completely volunteer run organization has accomplished is absolutely astounding to me. So without the volunteers and without the members, we wouldn't have this incredible organization. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christy Reich. I'm co-chair of the Licensed Officials Committee, and I will be your host and kind of driving the webinar today. And again, if you're just joining us, please put your name and region in the Q&A. And let me go ahead and share my screen, and we will get started with a presentation. One moment. Okay. And here we go. So, as most of you know, USAWE is a nonprofit corporation, and the purposes are educational and charitable purposes allowed for organizations defined under the 501c3 of the IRS code. So Our mission is to foster a supportive community of riders and building a strong future for the sport. And within these limits, the purposes of USA We include the following: to promote the sport of working equitation through educational initiatives, community outreach, and the organization of working equitation competitions throughout the United States in a way that promotes the welfare of the horse and practice of good horsemanship. So we have our executive committee officers. If you've been kind of following some of the announcements, we did have a change in the president for 2023. So we have our president, Chris Stanko, who unfortunately is not able to join us today. With us today is President-elect Doreen Atkinson. So what that means is she's part of the executive board, and then she will serve as president in 2024. Secretary Chris Blacklock, Treasurer Erin O'Shaughnessy, At-Large Director 1, Tricia Kiefer-Reed, and At-Large Director 2, Stephanie Hayes. And our 2023 goals: develop committee plans that define the line between committee autonomy and the requirement for board of director approval. And I think these are all fine-tuning things as we are now in our third year, how to best work the committees and with the checks and balances of the board. Ensure committees provide resources for coaches, licensed officials, show organizers, and membership. Executive committee officers, at-large directors, region directors, and committees promote USA We, network within and outside the organization, and utilize membership talent. And we will now pass this over to Doreen, and she is going to represent Chris Stanko.
Hello, everyone. I am going to read what Chris said. I hope there's not a lot of feedback on my phone. As the new president of USAWE, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of you members who took the time out of your day to be here, and I myself echo that. I want to let you all know that the board of directors, regional directors, and all the committee members are working very hard to keep us moving forward in the right direction. We will focus on working as a team and keeping all lines of communication open. Please feel free to contact us with any ideas, questions, or concerns you may have. I personally will get your questions to the correct people who will then get your answer. I truly look forward to serving you for the rest of 2023. Together, we can grow this sport and this organization. Let's have fun. Let's be happy. Let's be great partners with our equine friends and keep the camaraderie going in this family of working equitation. Ride softly, ride with grace, ride with rhythm, and ride with tact. That's the beautiful Chris Stanko. Oh, here I am. Okay, so I was wrote this as a fill-in president before we got Chris. So excuse me if it says anything like that, but a welcome again to the 2023 USAW annual membership meeting. And I also say thank you for taking time out to meet and hear from the dedicated and hardworking board of directors and committee representatives. Personally, I've been on some committees and we do work a lot of hours. I have met many of you at some of the shows over the past few years, and I can say with confidence, everyone I have met has been welcoming, and the camaraderie tops any horse sport I have been involved with. You are warm and friendly, and I see the love you have for your horse and support to give to your fellow competitors. That is a big attraction for me. USA is growing. Committees are meeting regularly. We invested in double Zoom licenses because committee meetings are going on all the time and we needed more Zoom availability. So now we can all meet without any conflict. And that was a big growth spurt there. USA, we also has a webinar account which we are on, so we can offer virtual sessions for our members. Education for the members is a USAW goal. The LOC does a lot of education. The Rules Committee and the License Official Committee has already put on several webinars for the members. Watch for more education opportunities as they develop. The competitions are happening all over the USA. Licensed officials are hard at work, and more of the youth riders are joining the sport. And our marketing committee is expanding its media coverage. Great things are happening. And I am so glad you have chosen to be a member of USAWE. See you soon at a show near you. Thank y'all very much again. I'm going to mute so I don't make a lot of background noise.
All right, thank you, Doreen. All right, and here we have our secretary, Chris Blacklock.
Welcome everyone to today's meeting and thank you for attending. Our heartfelt thank you to all our members and volunteers. This year offers endless opportunities to network within and outside our organization. We want to share our talent and strengths and support each other as we continue to lay a foundation for the organization, enable all riders to progress through the performance levels, develop our bench strength, nurture future leaders, and look forward to opportunities to grow our sport. Day by day, we continue to blaze a trail for others to follow. The question is, what's been accomplished since taking office December 1st? Well, we identified and resolved gaps within the day-to-day operations. We want to be in accordance to our bylaws and policies and procedures. And if you have any recommendations for changes in that, now that we're in our third year, we need to take a look. Are we still on track and do those bylaws and policies and procedures fit to where the organization is headed? Corporate assets are being identified, logged, and utilized so that everyone knows what we have available. What are our tools and resources that we offer and can use? We created a corporate news to keep you informed. We added meetings to the website, to the calendar, meeting announcements on social media, all to keep you informed and to welcome you to participate. We also created tools and resources for the newly elected as well as the seasoned directors in using corporate email, our key contacts, G Drive, the meeting etiquette, Robert's Rules, Zoom meetings, and webinars. There's lots of things that we have at our fingertips and we may not always know the best way of using them. So we're documenting and providing the user guide so that we do make use of all the resources that we have. We also streamlined the acknowledgement of annual statements for the board and committee chairs and members. There's 3 policies that need to be acknowledged each year, and we combine that to make it an easy process. For the secretary, I'm creating a task list and timeline for all the responsibilities so that we know what needs to come up and that we can plan accordingly. And then when you elect a new secretary, that person can step in and have a warm handshake when they assume that office. So again, thank you. And we look forward to meeting you throughout the year and really appreciate your membership.
Thank you so much, Chris. All right, now we will go to Erin O'Shaughnessy, our treasurer. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're answering for Erin, that's right.
She's unable to attend. She has a celebration of life today, so we offer her condolences to her and her family. The treasurer information, the summary for our meeting today, the net income in 2020 was $20,422.13. Net income for 2021 was $101,151.67. Net income for 2022 was $47,661.21. Cash on hand at the end of December of 2022 was $169,195.34. And that includes $7,200 that is set aside specifically for the youth activities as prescribed by the original donor. On the next slide, she does offer additional information. USAWE's second full year of operation showed operating income from member dues, course recordings, and the final contribution from We United. There was also program income, which came from show licensing, sponsorships for year-end awards, and then the licensed official application fees. There's also education income that came in from clinics and seminars put on by the organization. Interest income was from US Bank savings account, and we also received cashback income from our PayPal MasterCard. Operating expenses included advertising, awards, dues and subscriptions, which was mostly composed of software and website support, insurance, tax return preparation, PayPal fees, and a variety of office expenses, postage, licenses, permits. And 2 clinics put on by USAWE incurred some expenses for facilities, travel, supplies, and presenter fees. All of the monthly financial reports and bank reconciliations for the year have been completed and are filed on the Google Drive. And if anyone has any questions, the best way to get in touch with our treasurer is through her email, treasurer@usawe.org. I'll turn it back to you, Christy. Or I guess I still have this one. At-large Director Tricia Kiefer Reed was unable to attend due to a prior commitment, and she's always available by email. You can contact her at aldirector1@usawe.org. And she's looking forward to welcoming members from all over the Big Sky country to the 2023 Western Zone Championship. And right now she's in blizzard conditions, but she's looking forward to greener pastures come spring. And then a last minute email, I understand that Julie Olano might have additional information to share. So I'll open the mic to Julie.
Not just Tricia sending her apologies for not being able to make it today, but I'm going to speak for her committee assignment. No, I think Andrea is, but if Andrea doesn't able to get here, I can do that too. So that's all.
Okay. Thank you. All right, and now our at-large director too, Stephanie Hayes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the annual membership meeting. I am a newly elected at-large director too. This is my first time acting on the board of directors, and I'm very excited to be part of this and serving the organization that I have just grown to love. I'm enjoying getting acquainted with the inner workings of the organization and the membership that I represent. I look forward to meeting riders and working equitation enthusiasts from every region. I live in Region 6, but do compete and give clinics throughout other regions. And I just feel so grateful to have the opportunity to be able to talk with everybody. Whether we meet virtually through emails or in person at clinics or shows, please feel free to reach out to me with your ideas, concerns, and questions. I may not know the answer, but I'll be able to point you in the right direction. Your successes in the sport are as important too, so reach out if you have something to share. Along with the opportunity to work with the membership at large, I participate in the monthly board meetings, the committee meetings, and the affiliate organization meetings. The more I can learn about how our organization works and all of the moving parts, the better prepared I am to assist members. I look forward to a great year ahead and serving USAWE.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, now we're going to hear from our regional directors. I think it's pretty amazing when you think about how huge the United States is, and that we have been able to pull together the way that we have. We are going to start with Region 1 Director, Heather.
And unmute myself. Good morning, everybody. Region 1 is a happening region. It's exciting to see Idaho and Montana rapidly expanding their opportunities for working equitation learning and competition, including the selection of Montana's Big Sky Horse Park for the 2023 Western Zone Championships. That's a great venue. I highly encourage you to show up there if you can. It's a well-run, I've been to 2 events there, and it's a blast to go to Missoula for those events. Just watch out for your trailer tires. I've been a participant on the board of directors now for a year and can attest to the dedication and work required to create this thriving community of working equitation enthusiasts from across the country. I was drawn to this sport by the collaborative atmosphere, accessibility for all styles and traditions, both for tack and equine breeds, as well as the welcoming environment for all levels of riders. I believe that it is the intro and novice level riders in Region 1 who compose the majority of participants, which also means the majority of the revenue stream via your membership dollars. My goal is to encourage the continued support and affordability for this group while still reaching for opportunity at the higher levels, including eventual international representation. Working equitation is an approachable, fun activity, and I will advocate to keep that welcoming learning culture alive and well. At the forefront of our region's strengths are the people that make it happen. As such, those participants should be rightly recognized for their work. On the next slide, I have listed all the Region 1 residents who have so generously contributed their time and resources in order to allow working equitation to grow and thrive across the country. And I'm sure there's some that were overlooked because I queried a bunch of people, and several people responded, but I'm sure there were some that were missed. So apologize for anyone overlooked. All these members include Tricia Kiefer Reed, who's your at-large director 1. There's people from the south end of the state like Laura Stutzman. So on the left are all the people that hold positions or certifications and live in Region 1. And look at that list. It's a big, long list. Those are a lot of the people who have been primary drivers of the growth of this sport as well. And on the right, you can see volunteers. And I call those people who show up and do up over and over and over again for Region 1. And that list is on the right. These are people that have shown up. I don't know if you've ever been to a Region 1 show. TJ Cruden is always running the gate. And he just shows up to do that. And the list of other people on there are just as important. Teamwork makes the dream work. If you have concerns and questions, please get a hold of me. And I'm privileged to act as Region 1 director. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heather. All right, and next we have Robin Bond, Region 2 director.
Hello, everybody. Region 2 has been super active for quite a long time in working equitation. It's been my privilege to serve as your regional director for the past 2 years and then elected again for the next 2. We have so much activity spread over such a huge area. And I know that some of the challenges that we have for our region are getting the information out. So while we have, to my knowledge, the events listed, the numbers listed on the slide here, if you have an event that hasn't made the official USAWE calendar yet, if you don't have your license number yet, or if it's a schooling show, or if it's a clinic, I would just really encourage you to contact me and let me get that event up on the Region 2 page. It's a little bit awkward to work that, but if I don't get the information, I can't put it up. And I have people contacting me frequently asking about events in their area. So if you could please do me the favor of, if you have an event, please send me a note on the email, the R2 director at usawe.org, or on Facebook, and I could really help you get the word out to everybody. I would like to congratulate Arizona Working Equitation Club for hosting the Zone 2, or the Western Zone Championship show this past year. They did an outstanding job. They had entries in all levels. Did we have a master's level? We may have. Miguel may have written it that. And we had a cattle trial, and it was a very, very wonderful, nice event that everybody had a chance to succeed and to meet. And it was fantastic because we had officials come in from some of the other regions who I hadn't met yet, and it was really a great chance to meet those folks. I'll agree with Heather, the base of our organization, our introductory and our novice riders are our base, our youth coming up. All those people need encouragement. They need that place to be able to dip their toe in the water and then work their way up the levels. So this is a superb jump start for the new year. And I'm very excited for the things that are coming up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robin. All right, so Region 3 Director, Linda is going to be filling in since we do not have the official Region 3 Director approved yet. So go ahead, Linda.
Thank you. I'll do my best to fill in the details. I am also the president of the Kansas AO for the last couple years, and we have had a great opportunity of building this area in Kansas. I feel like a lot of our successes have been from having clinics, bringing new people in and bringing youth in. This year in Kansas, I guess start there because that's where I am. I'm leaving today to go to an awards banquet, and we're going to have a really good turnout for that. We give year-end awards. We've got intro clinics planned for this year. We've got 6 license shows, 2 clinics and schooling shows, and we're going to do our first cattle clinic, which I'm going to be excited because, as most people in this sport, they don't have a lot of cattle experience. Colorado has always been a strong club there, and they are going to be having their kickoff party. They've got 6 license shows and 3 schooling shows. And then it's kind of exciting that Christine Strasburger is now moved to Nebraska, and she's really excited about trying to build the Nebraska club. And so if you know of any Nebraska riders, let's help her and build that. I think the biggest challenge for this region, at least for me, because in Kansas, we're at the very end. And we have the other states of North and South Dakota, Wyoming. And so if you know of riders or friends in that area, and that there is someone that you think would be really interested in starting a club or help, would need help on building and getting information, I think please reach out to the organization or to me while I'm kind of in limbo here helping, because I feel like we really need to build and get the whole area developed. And I thank you for letting me have this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Linda. All right, Region 4 Director Kiki is not available, so I will quickly, and if she is here, you can go ahead and speak up. But I believe that she may be en route to Florida, so I will take over for her. So Texas right now is the hotbed for working equitation in Region 4, with clinics, practice days, schooling, and license shows on the schedule. With having Doreen moving to the Weatherford area, it has sparked more interest in the northern part of Texas, and their continued efforts to spread into New Mexico and Oklahoma. And as if anybody knows Doreen, we know her enthusiasm, and it has helped USA We gain new members and affiliate and an affiliate organization. We would like to welcome Donna Waldrop and Two Irons Ranch of Mineral Wells, Texas, into the fold. Two Irons Ranch can be found on Facebook or the affiliate page on USA We website. And they will be having a schooling show and clinic on the books for Louisiana, scheduled for April 1, to take place at Holly Hills Farm in Benton, Louisiana. Holly Hills is a beautiful venue, and they have already hosted 2 well-attended clinics. Region 4 events, you can see listed here. I won't go over them one by one. And as always, make sure to check the USA competition calendar. And if you have any questions or you want to talk about working equitation, you can give Kiki a call and she leaves her number here. All right, Region 5, we will have Chris Blacklock covering for Becky. Go ahead, Chris. Make sure you're unmuted.
Thank you. I thought I was.
Mhm.
This is Chris Blacklock, a Region 5 member who Becky asked to fill in for her. She's unavailable due to a prior commitment. As of January 24th, there's 26 licensed shows scheduled for this year. Please check out the calendar of events for the details on each of these. Region 5 is also very active. They have 5 working equitation coaches: Michelle Lakey, Erica Pete, Emily Kemp. And then if you would like to learn more about how you can be a coach, please check out the website. There's information on how you can become a working equitation coach. The region also has several affiliate organizations. The newest one is the Sunrise Ranch in Mason, Camp Horsemanship in Newton, Fox Valley Saddle Association in Hampshire, Karmic Acres in Woodstock, Alex Tyson Horsemanship in Fenton, Classical Attraction Dressage Society in Brecksville, and then the Buckeye Working Equitation in Hillsborough. To learn more about how you can learn more about these affiliate organizations, or if you want to start up your own, please check out the website. We have a link for the affiliate organizations, and you'll hear more about them shortly when the affiliate organization coordinator speaks about that committee. So welcome everyone within Region 5. Continue to just ride and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. All right, Region 6 Director Karen Miller, go ahead and unmute.
Yes.
The screen is yours.
Okay, well, this is my first year serving on the USAWE board. I'm really excited to be part of such a supported and well-rounded discipline. As everyone has said, everyone is just so helpful and kind. My main goal as being on the board would be, and a region director would be to be a positive and compassionate ambassador of the working equitation. I kind of have a soft spot for people that are just learning things. I'm really slow to learn new things, so I totally understand that. How sometimes it's very hard to get involved into something else. I think that anyone can do this sport, and I hope that I can be one person that can help more people come into it. Region 6 has amazing AOs. They continue to work really, really hard to fill our calendar with plenty of licensed shows, but also lots of different schooling opportunities, play days, schooling shows. Not everybody is at the level that they want to do financial or personal commitment to do licensed shows, or maybe they're just scared like I was. And so, you know, our region has been very proactive at setting up a lot of different opportunities, and I'm really pleased with that. If everybody would check the calendar at USAWE, we also have a Region 6 Facebook page where events are always added. So far this year, we have 12 active AOs in our region. We have one horseless workshop scheduled, 1 retreat scheduled, 8 licensed shows, 10 schooling shows, and about 4 play days now scheduled. So I would just encourage everyone to look at the website, look at Facebook, reach out to me personally or any of our AOs that are listed on our Facebook or our website page. And I probably might not have an answer for you, but I have a tremendous support system with our board of directors. And so someone will have an answer, I know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen, and welcome to the board.
Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, Region 7 Director Rebecca Algar.
Hi, and welcome to everyone that's here, and thank you all for making the effort to support our organisation. Region 7 is growing fast, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our members and AOs for supporting USAWE and our region. We've recently received a lot of interest from the south of the region, which is southern Florida, which is very exciting. And then our members north of Florida have also been very active and getting a lot more done than has been available in the last few years. If you're interested in learning more about WE or putting on a clinic in our area, I will be happy to help both with getting the word out or giving you an idea what members might be interested in attending. This year we have so far, and it's being added all the time, 14 clinics, shows and schooling shows listed. Please check our Facebook page, USA Working Equitation Region 7, for updates, added events and contact info. And also, if you're putting on an event, please contact me and I will make sure it gets on the page. I look forward to meeting many of you, and please reach out if you need assistance with information, etc. Let's all make a concerted effort to get Region 7 WE on the map.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rebecca. All right, now we're going to just very quickly and a reminder to everybody about WE events. I'm not going to go over it line by line, but go to the event calendar and you will be able to see information on how to get your event, whether it's a clinic, schooling day, recognized show, put on the USAWE calendar. All right, now we're going to move on to our incredibly important committees. This is really the engine of what makes USAWE run. So we're going to start with the chair of the affiliate organizations, Christine Strasburger. Oh, sorry, I forgot that there is a nice little question here. How many volunteers are currently assisting in USAWE committees? And I was shocked by this number, 80. So that kind of tells you the manpower behind what makes this engine run. All right, Christine, go ahead and unmute and take it away.
Great, thank you so much, and welcome to all the members. I've been involved at some level on the board ever since the merge team, and it's just been an honor and a privilege to see how well people work together and learn to work together. Right now, I'm overseeing the affiliate organizations program. Affiliate organizations were created to provide support and networking opportunities for people that are the kind of ground level in your local communities trying to promote working equitation. It allows the national organization to support those people at a higher level. We've had a lot of growth. The 2021 ended, that was our first full year. We had 42 affiliate organizations who came on board, basically people that were already in existence in the before the merger. And we have a unique program where our members, that's all the adult members, when they pay their annual dues, doesn't matter when they pay during the year, at the end of the year, when we have our elections for new officers, the members are allowed to designate an AO of their choice to receive $5 of their membership dues to support the AO as they any way they see that they need. use those funds. And so members designated a total of $1,685 that year to go back to supporting the local AOs that have impacted them. 2022, we ended up with an additional 10 affiliate organizations had joined the national organization. And we had a total of nearly the same amount, $1,690 went back to the affiliate organizations during that election. Any member designated funds that are not actually designated to an affiliate organization in that election just remains in the national organization general fund. So those monies are still used to promote the goals of USAWE. Then in 2023, even though we are only 1 month into the year, we already have 9 new affiliate organizations that have enrolled to support you as local members in your areas. That's incredible. So I really look forward to a lot of growth this year. We have 28 states that have at least one affiliate organization in them. That means 22 states have no affiliate organizations. So we've now over that halfway point this year to have more states having at least one affiliate organization than don't. And I'd like to just take this opportunity to let you know which states still don't. My goal this year is to reach out and try to add an affiliate organization in every state. So this year, if possible. So you as members, if you live in these states, please consider becoming or reaching out to me to get an AO going in your state. So this would be Hawaii, Utah in area 2, area 3 or region 3, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. Region 4, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Region 5, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Missouri. Region 6, Connecticut, Delaware, Washington, D.C., Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and West Virginia. And Region 7, Alabama. If you have anybody interested living in those states, my goal is to reach out and get you guys going with an affiliate organization in support. We also, as affiliate organizations, we have a quarterly networking hour where we meet on Zoom. If you're a leader, we meet on Zoom, and it's just for networking and establishing relationships and connections and hearing the things that we're doing to help each other grow and put on better events in our local areas. We've got a spring projects task force. This is the second year we've done this to develop resources specifically for the AOs, where I tap into AO leaders and say, who wants to be on my task force team in the spring? We knock it out in a couple months and provide new additional resources. And one thing I do want to say, we're developing a survey for the entire membership because we want to tap into the membership and see, what are you guys saying you'd like to see your AOs doing for you? And so that survey will be coming out sometime in the next few months. And I encourage you all to please reply to the survey so that you can help AOs help you. All right, back to you, Christine. Thanks.
Thank you, Christine. All right, awards. I'm going to hand this over to Julie. Go ahead, Julie.
All right, thank you so much. Bridget sends her regrets, but she and her husband are off on a previously planned vacation together. I'm happy to be part of the awards committee. I think it's a fun group where we're able to recognize people's accomplishments throughout the year. I'm not going to read the slide. You have it here. You can see it. I'm just going to do some talking points. First, hats off and a huge thank you to the creator of the Jira software. This year, I think we're going to see people embracing this software even more. The software allows people at shows to quickly score and show the placings of everyone at their events. And thanks to Jose, who is the software developer, we're actually using a custom created version of the software now to track leaderboard points. And he has custom coded, hand coded in there. So it's part of the software, ways to break ties for the leaderboards. And so what used to take the awards committee many hours, we can now do with really much a click of the button once the show results are in. So it has streamlined the process and hopefully reduced the number of errors in the awards processing. Errors get introduced when humans are involved, because humans, though we try hard, are not infallible. So I think this is going to be a huge bonus to us for the future. You'll see that it's live on the website. You can track progress throughout the year. This is also going to enable the awards committee to pull information more quickly and hopefully celebrate throughout the year as people's standings in the leaderboards, both regional and national, change throughout the year. Quick tip of the hat to our 2022 best of the best. You'll see them highlighted here, the yellow right there, the high point winners. Realize that we do split into our writer divisions for the actual awards for the year. So we have open, amateur, and junior level writers, all of which will be receiving embroidered awards if they're either the champion or reserve champion. But we wanted to take the moment here during this member meeting to acknowledge those folks, both amateur and open, who had the most points throughout the year. So this last year, Miguel Undabarrena and Gunipre were the overall level 7 high point winner. Josephine Trott on HD Redford GCH, an amateur writer, was the overall high point winner at level 6. Taylor Linston on Wallace G, an open level writer, open division, was the overall high point winner at level 5. David DeVoe, Lucian, also an open writer at level 4. Another amateur writer, Colleen Wright, on her horse On Fire, were at the novice B, level 3 level, overall high point winner. Karen Boso on Broadway Jack, and also on Obi. She and her horse were the overall high point winner at level 1 and level 2 in 2022. Our top youth for all of 2022. Congratulations to Allison Richardson and Zorro. They were overall high point earner over all rider divisions, all rider levels throughout the year. We're going to be sending out embroidered prizes to 31 different national high point, national reserve winners, and 161 regional top 3 winners will receive USAWE patches. In addition, the committee is going to be sending out 25 high point breed awards for folks who have aced the competition for their various breeds.
All right, thank you, Julie. And I'm actually going to have you stay unmuted because you will be taking over Coaches Network. Andrea is not available as well.
Yes, taking over for Andrea, who was taking over for Tricia.
Right.
The most recent addition, one of the most recent additions to the Coaches Network committee, but this is a really neat group. The whole idea behind the Coaches Network is it's twofold, really. It's to provide a way for professionals within the sport to gain some recognition. That's part of it. I have a network of people who have achieved enough in the sport to really be acknowledged as true experts in this particular discipline. But also it's to give our members a good resource to go to if they are looking for someone who may be able to help them advance in the sport. At this point, you can see the coaches by region we have listed there. They're on the website. We keep them updated so that as each new coach gets added, their information, contact information, their bio, their list of achievements, etc., is listed right there on the website as well. And I want to point out the level of expertise required to be a member of this coaches network. They have to document 5 or more years of training and instructing experience. 3 or more years of experience within the sport of working equitation. That experience must include instructing, coaching, training, competing. They have to pass the WE rules test with a 90% or higher score. They have to have recommendations from large R or senior Working Act judge from 2 clients and 2 equestrian professionals, such as a judge, another trainer, a veterinarian, somebody else who works in the field of equestrian pursuits. They have to document evidence of competition service, so volunteer hours, performance and or attendance at an official's licensing officials seminar. So what this means is that to become a member of the Coach Network, these folks have really done their homework. They should be able to be trusted in terms of the knowledge that they are imparting. Continuing education is a large part of maintaining Coaches Network status. Every 2 years, members of the Coaches Network must document 30 or more hours of continuing education in a variety of areas that continue to make sure that they're advancing their working equitation knowledge and skills.
All right. Thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate that. And
Here I go again.
competitions- Oh, here again.
Sorry, you guys
Go
get
ahead.
tired of hearing from me. Competitions committee, also a member of this particular group. They are busy, busy, busy. And what you see here is just some quick stats on what's going on in the sport. In 2021, USAWE had 100 licensed competitions. Last year, 2022, we had 118 licensed competitions, along with 2 very successful zone championships, which is amazing. This year, as of, a week or so ago, we had 67 licensed competitions. And I think I've seen the committee process at least 5 more in the intervening days between when this slide was prepared and today. So this is amazing. We're making great strides, and that's not because of the committee. That's because of all of those show organizers across the US who are jumping in and organizing events. So thank you all. The bar chart on the right bottom side of the screen shows you the distribution of the shows by the various regions. Region 2 last year had 35 competitions, 35 licensed competitions. That was the largest number out of all the regions. Region 5 had, I think it was 32. Region 1, we eked in with 26. And then you see Region 6 and Region 3 were both at about the same number of competitions last year. I think they had 13. Region 7, a few fewer. And then Region 4 is the area that they had some competitions, but we're really hoping they're going to be able to show more in that area as well in the near future. For 2023, competitions and awards committees together are really encouraging the shows to use that JIRA online scoring system. USAWE subscribes to this software and then at a pretty hefty price. So we pay $5,000 a year to use the software, but we make it available free of charge for all members who want to use it because it really does help make shows go more smoothly. Want to also give, if you would be interested in being trained to use the online scoring system, you can email me at jira@usawe.org. I'm doing a training tomorrow. I did one last Sunday, and I'm going to set up additional trainings later on this year as shows continue to roll out to make sure people who want to use the software are comfortable in how to use it to set up competitions and to use it at competitions. Just as a quick reminder, to qualify for the 2023 Zone Championships, you have to have at least 2 competitions, 2 licensed shows, where your average dressage and ease of handling scores are 58% or higher, and you cannot have disqualified in speed if you're in level 2 or above. These qualification scores can be earned with either the same judges or different judges. There's no requirement for multiple judges for your qualifying scores. This is different than getting on the leaderboard. For the leaderboard, you have to have the average dressage and ease of handling score of 57.5 or higher with no DQ in speed. But you have to have earned those scores under 2 or more judges. And just as a reminder, only your top 4 scores earned in that current year are used for your leaderboard ranking. So it's not the number of shows you've entered, it's the quality of your performance within your top 4 shows under at least 2 different officials.
Wonderful.
That's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Julie. And now we will move on to elections, and Chris is going to cover for Bridget.
Thank you. Just going to go back to the competition slide for just a moment. As of last evening, we do now have 3 zone championship shows. So all zone will have a championship competition, Eastern, Central, and Western. So watch the website for further information on that.
Fantastic. That's great news.
For elections, they're responsible for conducting the annual election process, and taking a look at 2022, there were 854 eligible voters. Ballots that were cast were 392, or 45.9% return. And you'll see on the graphic how each of the regions, what percentage they voted. So thank you to Bridget Klinger for heading that up last year. 2 additional members were added this year, Biddy Lowry and Jane Renner. So that will take us to the next slide, is what positions are going to be elected this fall. And we want you to take a look at it because we want to nurture leaders. And this year, the executive board and the committee chairs and the board of directors are really adding structure to the organization. If you take a look at policies and procedures, there's a few things that need to be fleshed out. And all of us are working on that. So by second quarter, we should have the various positions fleshed out so that you know what you're going to be volunteering for if you would like any of those positions. So in 2023, the fall elections will be for president-elect, which has a 2-year term. They serve as president-elect the first year, and then they move into president the following year, and they represent all regions. At-large Director 1 will be up for election. That's a 2-year term, and that individual represents all regions. And then we have specific regional directors. Region 1, it's a 2-year term, and that includes Alaska, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. Region 3 is a 2-year term. That includes Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado. Region 5 is a 2-year term. That includes Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. And then Region 7 director is a 2-year term. It includes Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and the U.S. territories in the Atlantic. If you'd like to be considered for that position and be nominated, please take a look at the bylaws, policies, and procedures, and then ask somebody that's in that position what it entails. So it's exciting this year that we're adding the structure so that you'll know exactly what each committee does and how you can become involved. And then also the various positions on the board of directors, so that we encourage and want you to become an active leader within the organization. So thank you.
Thank you, Chris. All right, now we have Ethics Committee, and Dan will be speaking for them.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending upon your time zone. Just real quick on the ethics there. I think the key things I really want to point out is, we have currently members that represent 5 of the 7 regions. So we're geographically kind of spread out, which gives us a good perspective on things. I wanted to spend just a few moments just to kind of talk about the complaint flow, how it goes. Fortunately, this is something that comes up rarely, which is, I think, a great testimony to all the members of the organization. But the flow kind of goes is that we would receive a formal complaint from whomever. And so once we receive it, we immediately schedule a meeting to have, determine, I say determine merit, but to see whether or not it is really an ethics complaint or maybe something else. Because we do get some that come to us sometimes that aren't really an ethical complaint, it's really more to something else. So we'll review that. And if it is not, if it really should go to a different group, we would forward it to the right people, as well as obviously respond to the person who sent it in and let them know that as well. So if we determine merit is determined, we notify both parties, both the person that sent in the complaint and the person on the other side of it. And we begin an investigation, which includes interview of any potential witnesses, whether or not they're formally placed on the document or not. Then we, once we get all the investigation complete, we meet again as a committee, and we actually meet multiple times throughout, of course, and then review it and then place a summary of findings. And then we inform both parties of those findings. And obviously, we also inform the president of the organization as well to keep that in place. And then I think on the next slide is just really nothing more about how to go about filing it. The forms, as you can see, are listed on the website. But if you have questions, if you're not sure or just have general questions that you want some clarification on, you can obviously feel free to email us at any time. The email address is there. It's also on the site. It's listed on the forms as well. So if you just go onto the website, you can get that information as well. So that is really kind of it. And as I said, fortunately, these things rarely come along, and we're certainly grateful for that. And again, I think it's a testimony to the membership that we don't see this on any sort of a regular basis. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dan. All right, now we'll move over to financial oversight and Lisa Nero.
Thank you, Christy. Hello, everyone. As it's stated, Financial Oversight Committee oversees the USAWE financial transactions and records and conducts quarterly reviews, annual reports, and annual financial review. In 2021, with the merger, this committee had 2 members. That dropped to 1 in 2022. So I am really pleased to state that we have 5 wonderful committee members in 2023, which allows us to provide these services in addition to some other things that we're working on. Our goals for 2023 is first to identify and recommend to the Board of Directors for approval a new independent CPA firm to complete the organization's annual tax return. That is in process. We have reviewed a number of firms from Colorado since the organization was incorporated in Colorado. We have narrowed that down to 4. We have heard back from 2, and we are waiting for the responses to our RFI for 2 more. As soon as we get that information, the committee will meet to discuss and make a recommendation to the Board of Directors to vote on approval. Once that is done, we will work with that CPA and the treasurer to get the CPA the information they need to complete the 2022 annual tax return. The next thing that is really important for us is to create and establish policies and procedures for the committee. There is none at this time. We feel like we need to delineate how this committee coordinates with and reports to the Board of Directors. We want to establish job and task descriptions for the committee members. Our committee members all have varying financial backgrounds and experiences, so some might be better suited than others to certain tasks. Establish reporting templates and forms. Establish timelines for reviews and submission of the annual financial assessment and the financial reviews, and also to establish timelines and coordination and protocol working with the treasurer and the CPA firm to ensure the completion of the annual tax return on time, and then also to continue to oversee the financial transactions and records for each year.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Certainly. Thank you.
All right, Mindy, we're going to talk about horse recordings.
Yes, good afternoon. Well, it is afternoon here on the East Coast. Horse recordings has become it's actually a new committee. We used to be part of the membership committee, but because of the volume of horses that are recorded and need to be handled, we decided to break it off into a separate committee. I am the sole committee member at the present time. We record any horses that come in every horse that shows in any recognized licensed competition must be recorded with USA WEs. So we get those in on a regular basis. Obviously, we get larger numbers when shows start showing or start getting in the swing heavily. But at the present time, well, actually, I have down here we have 3,258. I checked before this meeting, and it's actually 3,272 horses are recorded right now. And I broke it down just for information. The breeds that are most represented within our association are grade horses, our good old Heinz 57s. The Iberians, if you add the three type of Iberian horses, the Andalusian Lusitano and the half Andalusi, we have 567 of them. The largest recognized registered breed is the quarter horse, which is not unusual for the United States, considering that really is the United States cowboy's horse. So my goal has been to clear up the database, which is a little bit of a slow job with 3,200 horses, but there are many horses here that were automatically transferred over from the merger. And a lot of those horses, excuse my voice, a lot of those horses probably are no longer showing, or maybe even deceased at this point in time, because I've got horses back to, 1980. And I'm thinking those horses probably aren't competing anymore. So I had requested that we send out horse recording change requests. So any of the members who have not already reviewed the horses that they feel might be listed under their name, could you please do so and get those changes? And honestly, if there's no changes, just let me know and say, nope, everything is okay. My horses are great. I'm trying to thin out the information that is not necessary to keep recorded. And to try and clear it up so that when somebody wants to do a search for a particular registry, particular breed, or whatever, they don't have to look in 15 different places. And that is very, very important for the awards committee, since we have so many breed awards that are offered to our association. And that's about it.
Thank you so much, Mindy. That's really great information and a great reminder to everybody to just check in with Mindy to verify your horses. All right, I'm going to actually take over this slide. I'm part of the International Competition Task Force. This is a brand new task force that was developed last fall. So this task force, and this is actually a result of being accepted into WAWE. And for those of you who don't know what WAWE is, it's the World Association for Working Equitation. So we are responsible for the development and implementation of programs to develop competition and training for domestic and international events. And also identify riders that would eventually, hopefully, make international team. So the International Competition Task Force is in the process of designing a program to provide access to WAWE competitions and the training needed to become an effective competitor at the international level. So we have educational programs that are developed as part of the international competitions that are intended to provide training opportunities to the entire USAWE membership, as well as to potential international competitors. So we do have a goal of bringing international competitors over to the US as well. So a questionnaire and brief description of the program was sent out to our entire membership, and we are in the process of reviewing the results. Members of the International Competition Task Force will be meeting with WAWI President Joao Duarte and Working Equitation champion Pedro Torres in a few days to discuss development of the USA International Competition Program. And the USA membership will be updated with program details as soon as they are formalized. I will also take over the next slide as I'm co-chair of the License Officials Committee. So the LOC trains, licenses, and regulates the licensed officials of USA So license officials are judges and technical delegates. So for 2023, the LOC is planning a seminar on the ease of handling phase with WAWI Judge Jose Benito in conjunction with a licensed show in Woodstock, Illinois in June. That will be open to licensed officials and auditors. So if you are in the area, it's an incredible learning opportunity for riders, coaches, anybody involved. It is always a great educational opportunity. We are working in conjunction with our S judges, developing training materials. We're providing training and testing on updates to the US rules for working equitation. So there is a new rule book for this year. So if you have not printed it out yet, make sure you do that. Developing online access to educational resources. So the webinars that we have done in the past, silent judging, shadow judging, training videos, and judging calibrations. So the LOC currently has 19 licensed judges, 40 licensed TDs, and 27 L candidates, and 16 TD candidates. So if you are interested in going down a licensed officials path, if you go to the competitions tab on the website, you can find more information on how to do so. You can also email loc@usawe.org with any questions. Okay, now we'll pass this over to Lydia, talking about marketing and promotion.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Karen unfortunately traveled today, so I will be speaking for Marketing Committee. It's a very exciting group this year. Karen is a new lead. Kiki has been the head for the last 2 years, and she still stays on the committee, ensuring continuation of work. One of the first things we did this year is to define the role of the Marketing Committee within the organization, and that is to explore and develop new programs and promotional materials to attract and retain members, while supporting existing committees in educating membership and the equine community at large about the sport of working equitation. A key role for the Marketing Committee is strengthening the organization's public presence and reach by providing cohesive and effective branding strategies. Our goals for this year, first and foremost, was to develop a working set of policies and procedures to ensure efficiencies. Those did not exist up till this year, and we're well on the way to developing this. Next was to establish cohesive branded social media presence as a source of information, education, and entertainment. We have several members that are well-versed with social media campaigns, and it's an exciting development as well. Next, we have in the works already actually 2 grant programs. One is to support presenters at the trade shows and exhibitions, and another one to provide marketing materials to members at large. Both programs are pending board approval, so as long as that's worked out, the information will be shared with membership. We're also working on relaunching US logo wear program. We had it for a few years, and it will come back hopefully this year. Another big undertaking is to start developing strategic partnerships with various organizations within equine community. We also working internally to reach out to USW committees to ensure branding across the organization is consistent and the flow of information is efficient. Committees working very, very hard, and we need to make sure that our membership is aware of all the work that's done, all the programs that are available, and all the initiatives that are being developed. One of the more exciting plans is to develop new promotional videos for the organization in this year. And we are also working to get a licensing program with Dressage Illustrated for 2023 dressage tests. That's also pending board approval. We would really appreciate membership support, especially in sharing social media posts. Like us, we're going to be on all of the major platforms. If you see the post, please like, share, follow us on all the platforms. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please don't hesitate to contact Karen directly. Her email is marketing@usawe.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lydia. All right, membership, and Kate. Make sure you
Okay.
unmute.
Hi, I'm Kate Steffes, and I became the membership chair at the end of 2022. Big learning curve going on there. We record and maintain the membership lists, so we send out your cards to you and reminder notices and things like that, which Chris Blacklock has been a big help with as far as doing that. She has a little more knowledge on the computer end than I do. So 2021, we had 1,088 members. In 2022, we had 973 members and 84 vouchers. Those are the program where you have a voucher for one show to see if you like it, and then we hope that you become a member. There were 377 new folks in 2022, and 596 were renewals. And then as of the end of January for 22, we had 463 members, 366 renewals, and 97 new. We are already well above that at 624 members at the end of January of this year. Only 7 members of those voucher programs became members. We still have 77 sitting out there, I think, and 537 renewals and 87 new already so far this year. So looks to me like we're doing really well with growth and getting more people out there. We'd love to hear from you if you know of someone with a question or a reason why they might not be a member, or even if they were a member and decided not to continue. We would love to hear from them and learn more about what we're doing wrong or right or whatever. We are currently 3 of us in general. Getting 2 more folks approved by the board in a couple of days to expand our membership list, our membership workers, so that we can hopefully process your membership cards more quickly. When we do these renewals, we get hundreds of you renewing at one time, and that's wonderful. But it also makes it harder for us to get those membership cards out there in a hurry. So be patient with us. Know that this is not a program. This is people. So right now it's not a huge problem, but we will have other days when it gets that way. So thank you very much, and welcome to the meeting.
Thank you so much, Kate. Those fascinating numbers. Thank you. All right, rules, and Jean Bond. Make sure you unmute.
I did, I hope.
You did.
Rules is something that's been around for a long time, so I don't need to go into any kind of an explanation about that, other than to say that each year we update the rule book, and the changes are derived from 2 sources. One of them is anytime WAWI and their International Working Equitation regulations make changes, then we reflect those changes. That's the prime driver. They're our North Star. And this year they made a change. They revised their book for the first time in 5 years. So that drove a lot of changes to this Rev 6 that rolled out at the first part of the year. We also update the book based on change proposals submitted by the competitors, officials, and show management. So they come in throughout the year. There's a place on the website for any of you guys who want to submit a rule change proposal. It's an easy form to fill out, and it'll come directly to us on the team. To be considered for inclusion in the rule book, any change proposal must meet 3 criteria. It has to maintain the spirit of the sport and working equitation. It cannot in any way compromise the welfare of the horse. And it must provide a level playing field. That I mean by that, to be fair for all competitors. That's the first 3 primary filters all change proposals have to go through. There are others that follow, but that's our prime driver. That the next line shows you how to submit proposals, submit change proposals. That's the link on the website. As always, the Rules Committee welcomes any questions anytime. Get to me directly through that email, and we will get right back to you. I want to just say this as an addition. We had the LOC sponsored a webinar earlier this year on significant changes for the 2023 rule book. It was well attended and it was very helpful. And what it surfaced was a whole lot of clarifications that are needed. Try as we might. And let me tell you, the Rules Committee works hard to try to make sure the rule book is as clean and clear and correct as we can make it possibly. It's a huge work to do because it's a complex book. But, try as we might, there were some things that weren't clear, and our goal is to be clear. So we are planning a revision, just a clarification revision coming up as soon as we can get to it. We're working on it now, and we hope within the next few weeks before the show season truly gets underway, we will have clarifications for those of you who sent in questions. Thanks to you who sent in the questions. We appreciate them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jean. Before I move on to Christine and the website committee, I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, to please put your name and region, your full name, first and last name, and the region that you reside in the Q&A for our record keeping. Thank you so much. And Christine, I'll have you take it from here.
Yeah, I'm the website committee chair. And just to be real brief here, 2023, we've got a few new people on the committee that we are going to be able to, what we're planning on is reviewing the website in a very thorough and at a deep level and make it faster and more functional. We'll address some of the issues that are constant issues where people have trouble with the website, and adding a little bit of maybe a little bit of upgrading to the end user view and what it looks like. I am always looking for people who have a lot of experience using WordPress and the Divi editor. So among our members who are watching this, if you have a lot of experience, please reach out to me at the email address webadmin@usawe.org, because I would love to be able to interview you for potentially serving on the website committee. And that's it. We're working in close. We're working closely with marketing, because the marketing committee will be driving the branding and the look. And we do work closely with them as this year goes on. So excited for what we got coming down the road. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine. And our last committee is youth development. And after this, we will go to we have answers for the questions that were previously submitted. And Alex, you can take it from here.
Hello. All right, so just as a reminder that the junior memberships, 17 years and under, they are free. So you still fill out everything and you have a number, but you don't have to pay the membership fee for youth riders. So the youth committee like formally started in 2022, and so we submitted a rule change that's in this current rule book. So the youth riders, if you're competing at L1 introductory, you can have 2 youth riders share the same horse, both competing at L1. And then the rule change we submitted that is in addition to that, now a youth and an adult can both compete at L1 with the same horse. So we submitted that rule change with the intent of, if you had a parent and the parent and the child are getting into the sport at the same time, we didn't want that to be a prohibitive factor if there was only one horse or people that are sharing horses, like different barns and stuff like that. So that was a cool rule change. So for those of you that don't know, part of the merger with We United, there was an anonymous donor that donated at the time $10,000 to youth riders in championship shows. And so the donor had asked that people who felt that they needed financial assistance to participate in a championship show, like a nationals or a zone championship, in this case, that they apply for a scholarship if they felt they needed it. And so to help encourage participation in the show. So the youth committee is now the steward of said scholarship. So riders that participated in both of the zone championships, the Western and the Eastern one that happened last year, people applied for that scholarship, and those who applied received it. So we got to have several kids be able to go and join it. We're starting the long process of getting working equitation as a recognized event in USA Pony Club. The Canadian Pony Club already recognizes working equitation as an event. And so we're trying to get that started just to gather more youth members. And it seems like a nice fit because a lot of the Pony Club folks are doing kind of, like the Pony Club speed events, and they're doing dressage, and they're doing show jumping, and could be a nice, easy transition to working act. We're also working on a youth competition manual, just kind of like for show managers, like, hey, if you have a bunch of youth here, these are things to consider, at your show. And then we also want to do a kind of a fundraiser, like a youth t-shirt design contest. That's kind of in the works. So be on the lookout in the newsletter and social media for more information on that. And then if you are a youth, a parent, a coach, anybody that's involved with youth, and you have a rule change idea, or you have some kind of idea that you think could make things better for youth, please email us. And we can see if we can workshop that a little bit to make things good. And then also one thing I wanted to just quickly point out was some of the things that we've received, little things to make things better for the youth, like the bull obstacle, for example, like having it be too big for a youth or too heavy for a youth, or things along those lines. One thing to consider, especially if you have really young children, is you can host as long as your judge agrees with it and everything, which they probably will, have a non-recognized class at your recognized show that you can tailor for perhaps the people that you have there. So if you have very small children, or kids that are really just getting into it, they want to participate, but they're not on the level of L1 yet, you can make a non-recognized class, that is fun for them, and it might help get them in the door. So that is something you can do. And if anybody has any questions on something like that, feel free to contact us. And that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Alex. A lot of great work you guys are doing there. All right, that is the end of the reports from all of our committees. We are going to go ahead and go into the membership Q&A. So these were questions submitted prior to the annual meeting. And Chris Blacklock and I are going to kind of take turns going over these. So, of course, it's now just hidden in my top thing. So who vets? No, I'm so sorry. Can a level 2 or higher competitor audit a clinic within 30 days before a show with the judge as a clinician? Auditing is permitted for any level, rules, that's from the rules committee. All right, Chris.
Next question was, is there some way to get more people involved in volunteering? Perhaps a discount on a show or a membership? Maybe a certain number of hours required per year or something to encourage people to get involved? And the answer is this can be done and is being done on the local level. Show managers and affiliate organizations can talk and set up some sort of volunteering format that offers discounts on a show entry, clinics, the AO or affiliate organization membership to encourage volunteering.
Thank you. All right, how long should the Garocha pole be if you are on a small horse, let's say about 14 hands? Currently, there is no requirement in the rule book to change the length of the pole for riders on small horses. In cases of children riding, there have been adjustments made, but that was the decision of show management to accommodate the smaller, younger riders, not anything that was specified in the rules.
Next question is, who vets election nominations to ensure the candidate is eligible to be placed on the ballot? Checking for current membership, current or past code of conduct, ethics, social media violations, etc. And the election committee reviews all nominations. Per the bylaws, the qualifications for someone to be on the ballot for a board position are: number one, a member in good standing. Dues are paid for the year and must maintain their membership in good standing throughout the term. Two, a member has not been suspended or expelled from the organization pursuant to Section 5. There are no other stipulations by the bylaws. And if the candidate appears on the ballot and is in violation of Article 4, Section 5 of the bylaws, the Ethics Committee would reach out to the Elections Committee and inform them of the violation.
Thank you. Is a candidate ever not listed because of past infractions? A candidate would not be listed if they had been suspended or expelled per bylaws, Article 4, Section 5, suspension or expulsion from the bylaws.
Another question was, when will there be USAWE sponsored educational opportunities, such as live clinics, virtual sessions, examples of videos of each dressage test, etc., in each region to help members progress up through the performance level? Is there a resource lending library for books, DVDs, etc.? Currently, an educational online website membership library resource is under construction. The International Competition Task Force is in process of developing educational opportunities, and they have captured videos of various rides throughout the year, and then at the licensed official seminars, they're additionally capturing videos. So stay tuned for details. It's under construction, and as soon as it's available, you'll receive word on that.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, the ease of handling seminar in Woodstock, Illinois will take place in June. As soon as we have final board membership, all of the information to be able to sign up for that will be on the USAWE website. And that will be definitely a great educational opportunity. All right. Does USAWE offer any financial or marketing items assistance if a member or AO applies for and organizes a discipline demo and booth at a local, state, region, or national horse expo fair? If yes, how does one apply? Yes, the marketing committee has put together a grant program to help assist members and AOs with, and if you didn't remember, AOs are affiliate organizations, with the expenses associated with doing demos at larger horse expos and fairs. The funds are limited, will require an application process, and grants paid will need to meet certain criteria. We'd like to expand on the program as the organization grows. The program is pending board approval.
Is there a limit as to how many committees or chair positions a member can volunteer for? Currently, the USAWE bylaws does not limit the number of committee or chair positions an individual may hold. The bylaws do limit power, and all activities are overseen by the elected board of directors, particularly the executive committee members. And that's from Article 7, Section 7 in the bylaws.
Why are directors also serving as a committee chair? USA bylaws, rules, and policies currently do not prohibit this service. Since there are volunteer positions, volunteers must first volunteer for a position, then be approved for and appointed by the board of directors to serve. Directors are elected while committee members and chairs are appointed. All members of the board of directors and committees must abide by conflicts of interest, ethics, and code of ethics policies. Those that are found in violation may be reported for such violations and removed from those positions.
Also, the same individual on multiple committees. Within the USAWE membership, there should be ample volunteers that could serve as chairs and committee members. Again, there's no rules currently in place prohibiting that action. If you'd like to be considered for a committee appointment, please complete the Interested in Volunteering and Servicing form. It's located on the community page of our website. Those interested in volunteering are referred to the appropriate board of director created committee by filling out that form. Many committees have been short of members due to lack of volunteers that fill out committee position interests. Many of the USAWE members have expertise and experience useful for fulfilling the various committee positions, as well as time to do so. So please consider your time, talent, and skills. We can use your help. Due to checks and balances of the bylaws, the number of committees and committee members, and the specific tasks each committee serves, there's no ability for undue influence to the organization as a whole. We would love to see more volunteers, more members stepping up to fill these important committees. Historically, there's not been enough volunteers to fulfill all of the requirements. So please, if you have interest and would like to help, raise your hand, fill out the form, and we'll get you hooked up to the various committees that you're interested in.
How can members, AOs, LOs, WE coaches support the new international competition program? The International Competition Task Force's goal is to have AOs, LOs, WE coaches play an integral part in the program. There is more to come.
Does USAWE offer any scholarships, such as youth or adult amateur or even professional, to attend educational clinics hosted by USAWE accredited clinicians? If yes, how does one apply? If not, could there be? Currently, there are no educational scholarships available at this time. We're happy to forward this query to the Coaches Network, Youth Development, and Licensed Officials Committees for consideration, as it would require fundraising effort that's not currently in place. And then, of course, it would also require board approval. The Youth Development Committee does offer a Youth Championship Show scholarship that Alex mentioned during her report. And that's for youth competitors planning on attending a zone championship. And the information and application form for that is located on the website under competitions, championships, and the youth scholarship page. Within the Q&A today's meeting, there are some questions that have been asked. They have been written down and we will follow up. We'll include those in the minutes, answers to those questions, and then we'll also reach out to the persons who raised that question so that you have that question answered. So thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Chris. All right. So on behalf of the board of directors and committee chairs, we appreciate your participation and membership. The next annual members meeting will be Saturday, February 3rd, 2024. Mark your calendars. And we thank you all for being the heart of Working Equitation. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you at the show. And never underestimate the difference you can make. A kind word, sharing your talent, unity, teamwork, embrace the differences. We are more powerful when we empower each other. Sparkle and shine.
Thank you, everyone. And today's meeting has been recorded And the link will be posted on the website under corporate records, meeting minutes. The presentation will also be available. Just want to say thank you for attending. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, good job, everybody. All right, good job, everybody.
Good job, Christy, for facilitating that. Chris Blacklock, I failed to mention, thank you very much for the hours and hours and hours and how you have put into this.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.